There's so many firsts, lasts, and in-betweens. We're certainly not the last class to get a smile and a kiss from Bruiser walking across campus. We are never going to be the last class to begin our college careers by serving our local community and pursuing our passions. Above all else, come hell or high water, we will never be the last class to come to Adrian College and find a motivated and supportive community of students, faculty, and staff, and leave with the skills and tools needed to be inspiring industry leaders and professionals with high hopes and dreams for our bright futures ahead. The people and the experiences that we are most grateful for are the ones that will continue us on this upward path for the rest of our lives. In the spirit of gratitude, thank you to my fellow classmates for being a part of this community with me. Whether we spent most of these moments together or barely crossed paths, you contributed your gifts and talents to continue the legacy of this incredible community. Thank you for prioritizing the preservation of the Adrian College experience and for continually seeking to develop the institution's ability to develop both the knowledge in our heads and the care in our hearts.
Thank you to the roommates, friends, teammates, and peers who, although we have only known each other for 4 years, it seems impossible to think about being surrounded by anyone else in the coming weeks. We celebrated each other's accomplishments, became each other's biggest cheerleaders, and never let each other struggle alone. College has been called the most formative years of our lives, but I can say for certain that these last 4 years have included both the most amazing and most difficult moments of my life. One constant, however, is the support of my friends through it all. It is impossible to thank everyone who makes up our AC family. Together, you have each played an integral role in helping us achieve this momentous milestone.
And you be proud to be a graduate of Adrian College. It's a good day to be a Bulldog. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2023.
Today's students on the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time when you will always look back at and say, you know what? Those were incredibly special years. Never experienced before I arrived and never replicated after you leave college.
continue to take pride and learn from Asa Mahan's leadership today. The 161 years of commitment to harnessing the power of creativity, ingenuity, community, and academic excellence.
I believe that if you get your degree here, the world is going to feel like it's shrinking to you.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Gotten an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's viewing here in Docking Stadium. I'm your host, Dakota Schneider. And today we are going to be hosting the men's soccer home opener for the 2024 season. Today, the Adrian College Bulldogs will be facing off the Quakers of Earlham College. I would also like to say welcome everybody to our very first broadcast of this school year, of the 2024 to 25 school year. I am very honored to be hosting it myself, and I am looking forward to a great year of all sports and broadcasts. Today, the Adrian College Bulldogs will be starting off in order of number with Aiden Leeline, Brady Musser, Tyler Barazak, Owen Emmert, Kyle Peterson, Eli Sizemore, Brett Wojowski, Alex Green, Nick Miller, Jean-Luc Binder, and Owen Soper. And as the whistle first blows, the Quakers are going to start off with the ball first, slowly passing it back and forth with their defense. They're going to send it forward now, but Adrian is going to intercept, passing it up to one of their strikers, sending over to number 19, Alex Green. He's going to pass it back a little bit to his defense, moving it up and down. Adrian's going to now try to move it up the sideline, getting a little bit caught up with the defense from Earlham. It's going to be sent in for the first throw-in of the game. A nice long throw from Adrian, sending back up to Green. Green's going to send it more forward, up to his striker. Sending it back now with a bit of a center. Going to be intercepted by the Quakers. Trying their best to get it out of the danger zone. Adrian's going to take a second back. Brady Musser is going to pass it up a little bit. With a shoulder off of Green, it's going to go back. Back up to Green. Looking for options. Sends it to the middle, but misses his target. This is going to be a race for it, and the Bulldogs are just barely going to keep it in. It's going to be sent out of bounds past the goal line for a goal kick. Starting in goal for Earlham as goalkeeper is Rylan Wamsley. Rylan is joined in the starting lineup by Grant Corded, Oren Gentner, Eric Lavity, Braden Ginn, Andre Morial, Marku Laucannon, Thomas Smith, Davin Olson, Aiden Martinelli, and of course Rylan Wamsley. With Earlham passing back and forth with their defense, they're going to pass it back to Wamsley, look for more options, going back up to the defense now. The Quakers not in any rush, looking for any open opportunity they can take. This will be good for them, setting themselves in stone, making sure that they have a very strong defense and great opportunities going forward with their offense. Defense is going to send it forward. Going to ricochet off of a Bulldog. It's going to be Laucannon trying to take it forward. That's going to be kicked away by the Adrian defense. Sent back out of bounds, now closer to the Bulldogs' goal. Be another Bulldog throw in. Being sent back to the defense. With almost a little bit of a breakthrough, Grant Cortad was just unable to get to the ball in time. It's going to be a goal kick now for Adrian. Eli Sizemore is going to be starting in goal for the Bulldogs. And here's the kick. Just barely going to miss the head from an Elmhurst player. Earlham player, pardon me. Earlham taking their time once again. Going to be a staple of this team. Making small increments, moving up, and not afraid to pass it back. That's a very good aspect to have of your team, not being afraid of moving it all over the field, including backwards. Laucannon trying to take it forward. He gets taken down, but it's going to be taken over by Lavati. And a little bit of a struggle there with Tyler Berzak. And that's going to be a blatant grab right there. On to number 9 from Bulldogs, Owen Emmert. And that's going to be a yellow card. On to number 19 for the Quakers. That's Mason Paul. Brett Wachkowski taking the penalty kick. Sends it high and far right over to the goal. And that's going to be a great snag from Quakers goalkeeper Ryland Wamsley. He rolls it right over to Oren Gentner. Defense once again taking their time. Lots of possession this game has been from Earlham. Purely just based on how slow their defense takes it. That gets passed over to Thomas Smith, but just barely gets out of bounds. Couldn't quite control it. Binder now taking the throw in. Hesitates, throws it straight down the line, and it's going to get booted back. With a little bit of help from the keeper, defense is now taking it forward. Back over to Binder. Survives the two-man, does a 1-2 touch and starts moving forward. He passes it up, header off of Owen Emmert. Going forward, and Wamsley is able to body the ball and send it back towards the Bulldogs. Green now taking another opportunity forward. Keeping it in bounds, taking it down the line, centers it. It's going to get passed back over. Another centering opportunity that's going to be blocked by the Quaker defense. And I believe that's a handball called. Maybe not. Nope, they're just doing a throw-in. Very close opportunity for a handball then in the goal box. And just right of the goal, that's going to be sent out of bounds again for another Quaker goal kick. Very short goal kick there. It's just sent up to Gentner. Just taking nice, soft kicks back and forth. Martinelli takes it forward. Bulldogs take possession once again. Green with possession, passes it up, gets sent back. But Earlham gets the ball back into Adrian possession. A little bit of a scramble there. And I believe that's going to be an offsides call. Very swift kick. Back over to Martinelli. Very slow-paced walk. He passes it up to Mason Paul. Back to Martinelli. Green making a little bit of pressure for the Bulldogs. And with a great header from Binder, he's going to send it back down to the ground. Adrian defense once again back in action. And it looks like Barazak is just barely unable to keep that in bounds. Smith is going to take the throw in, sends it right over to Laucannon. And that's going to go out of bounds off of Laucannon. Throw in from Binder. Throws it just short over to Nick Miller, but Miller just hits it out. Paul with the throw in. Brady Musser with the header. That's going to send it out of bounds for a corner kick. The first corner kick of the game and first corner kick for Earlham. And there's the kick, sending it right over to the center. Header from the Adrian defense, getting it out of the danger zone. Looking to get sent right back. Smith with an opportunity to send it to the center. And that's going to be deflected right off of Aiden Leeline. Leeline with the ball once again. He's sending it forward towards Emmert. And Emmert's going to lose it to Wamsley. Wamsley with a very quick handoff to Gentner. Gentner taking his time, sends it back to Wamsley. Martinelli with a big boot. Trying to get it up to Andre Moriel, but not quite able to get it there. Lots of back and forth between teams. Quakers now taking it forward, losing possession. Quickly gaining it back. Bulldogs now take it. Quakers trying their best to keep possession in the Adrian danger zone, at least trying to get it there, but not being too successful. Leeline sends it forward, tries to get it away from his goal. And that's going to be a penalty. I believe that was Owen Emmert that got knocked down. Bulldogs are going to take another pen from about the 40-yard line. They quickly send it forward. Leeline now has it. Sends it down the out-of-bounds line. And after a swift battle, the Bulldogs are going to take another throw in. Leeline taking it this time. Throws it towards the middle. Able to get it past some of the defense towards the middle, but not able to get it there completely. And that's going to be the Quakers' ball. Let's take a quick look at that one. Oh, and that's going to be, yep, very fair call there on Adrian. Getting too aggressive out there. Setting the tone for this match. Earlham defense taking it slow once again. being very particular, and that's going to be another call on Adrian. Earlham taking it as quick as possible. Moving it up the line now is Martinelli. Martinelli sticking with the ball, barely keeping on his feet. He keeps it in bounds but loses possession. Still in bounds. Adrian sends it forward. Emmert tries to take the ball, but he's not able to get it too much forward. With a big center, that's going to be grabbed up by Sizemore. Keeping possession of it, Sizemore motioning his teammates forward down the field. He's going to take it out of the box, get some good air underneath it. Being sent forward by Soper. And across from the right side goes way over the goal line. That's going to go out of bounds for a throw-in. Pardon me, that's going to be for a goal kick. Went past the goal line. With just over a half hour in this first half left, the score is still 0-0. With the Quakers setting a big charge up front, but the ball goes out of bounds for another Bulldog throw-in. Leeline taking this again. Great aggression coming from the Bulldogs, but that out of bounds is going to be counted against them, and the Quakers are going to take the throw-in. Back to Martinelli. He passes over to Gentner. Smith calling for the ball now. It's going to go just past him, though, out of bounds. Binder with the throw-in. Looking for options. Motioning forward one of his teammates. He sends it right over to Emmert. Emmert gets it over to Miller. Miller sending it backwards now to Leeline. Back to Miller. He sends it back. Big boot with intent. I believe that was intent for Barazak, but just a little bit too far. Wamsley taking his time, keeping it on the ground. Not getting too ahead of himself. That gets sent over to Gentner. Up to Laucannon. Laucannon making moves around. Bulldogs now with possession. Moving forward is Kyle Peterson. He sends it up to Emmert, but can't get it there. Green with the ball. Moving it forward into the side. He keeps getting overwhelmed, but makes it pass, drops it back. Another call. Let's take a look at that one. Moving it forward, gets past to Binder. Ooh, and that's going to be a dirty slide tackle from the Quakers. This could present a great opportunity for the Bulldogs. Kick being taken by Wachkowski. And it's going to be sent right back out of bounds. Pardon me, out of the danger zone again. Leeline with a header over to Wachkowski. Defense taking their time. Green lets it go past him over to his teammate. Soper with the ball. Just loses possession. Still in the fight, though. Soper battling out Cortad. And that's going to be a call for the Quakers to take the kick. Taking his time now is Oren Gentner. Pardon me. Been a very long few weeks into this school year. Very excited to get back into it, though. And with a header from Laucannon, he's going to send it out of bounds for an Adrian goal kick. Would have been a very nice header goal, though. Very short goal kick from Sizemore. Going to be a bit of an awkward kick there from Wachkowski. Bit too much backspin on it, leaving it in the air for too long. Earlham throw in. Now getting passed back to Martinelli. Being sent back over to Gentner. Up to Cortad. He sends it up. Leeline sending it forward now. Green waiting for the header. He's going to back down off of it. Soper passes it up to Binder. And it's going to ricochet off of the foot of Laucannon. Binder with a throw. Sends it right to Treadway. Pardon me, Miller. I was looking at the wrong lineup. Musser sends it up. Just gets it over the head of Emmert. And Wamsley's going to take possession of it again. Green keeping a little bit of pressure, but now pulling back. Sent back over to Gentner. Over to Martinelli. Back over to Gentner. Gentner and Martinelli taking lots of time, taking a lot of chunks off of this clock. Not trying to pressure too much, looking for the best opportune moments. Back over to Gentner. He now sends it forward. There was Lavity looking for someone to be open in the field, but not quite getting it there. Cortad moving it up and down. Gives it back to Smith. Smith over to Gentner. Gentner to Martinelli. Over to Gentner. Smith is calling for the ball. Gets sent over to Laucannon. Cortad makes it forward, passes it over. Smith over in the corner fighting for possession with Binder, loses it. That's going to be centered by Paul. Gwynn now loses favor of the ball. Sent up to Green. Green about to be pressured, sends it up. And Barazak isn't going to keep too much pressure on it as he knows it's going to Wamsley. Some more back and forth from Earlham defense. Just buying opportunities for holes to open up. And there's one right there. That's going to get thread through the needle for Cortad. Cortad sends it back to Gentner. And a missed kick is going to go out of bounds for a Bulldog throw-in. Binder throws it in. Miller sends it over to Leeline. Leeline sends it back. Sent forward off of the head of a Quaker. That gets back towards the 50-yard line. Green keeping pressure along with Musser. Gets taken out of bounds for Leeline to take yet another throw-in. And it seems to be there is a Bulldog player on the ground. And we are going to be getting that player some medical attention. In the meantime, we're going to go to a quick break. And we will be back in a moment, folks.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Got an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
And we are back. Last when we left, Owen Emmerich was on the ground after a nasty head collision with a defender from Earlham. Ball is now back in play. Lots of back and forth between Bulldogs. Peterson loses possession of the ball. Soper keeping good pressure though. And the flag is going to be up. It's going to be a call. Just a throw in for Earlham. Nope, pardon me, that is going to be a penalty kick. Gettner tries to make a pass, loses possession though. That's going to get passed over to Emmer. Emmer centers it. Green receives it, and that's just going to be to the right of the goal. Let's take another look at that one. Sent over to Emmert. He centers it. No one's there initially to receive it, but Green makes the charge up and just barely gets the kickoff. But that ricochets off of one of the Earlham defenders. So the Bulldogs will have a goal kick. They're going to send it short, but immediately over to the center. And that's going to be booted out of the danger zone, but received by Aiden Leeline. Keeping it up in the air, Brady Musser sends it with a header towards the goal. But it's going to be just a bit too much off of course. Coming onto the field now for Earlham is number 32, Oliver Robbins. He will be taking the place of Braden Gwynn. Wamsley expectedly sends it back up to Gentner. And once again, expectedly, sends it over to Martinelli. Such a great tag team duo. You can tell they spend a lot of time practicing, making sure they take as much time as they need to find great opportunities. Leeline boots it back up. Flying through the air now, not quite getting settled down. Will now by Moriel. He passes it back to Martinelli. Over to Gentner. Smith wide open, but Gentner opts to send it far. Soper now with the ball, sends it down the middle. He tries to get over to Berzak. Berzak keeps possession, looking to make room for himself, but he's still pressured. And that's going to be a trip from Grant Cortad on Earlham. That penalty will take place just about the 31-yard line. Nick Miller taking the kick. That curves towards the goal, but it's going to get headed out of the way. I believe that header was from... Moriel. Going to be another goal kick. 3 Adrian substitutions. 25, 23, and 10. Luke Geertza for number 10, number 23, Kyle Wilcox, and number 25, Cooper. Cooper Neustadt. Pardon me if I am pronouncing that incorrectly. Gentner receives the ball. Taking his time with Martinelli. Martinelli moving a little bit forward now. He gives it off to Mason Paul. They send it all the way forward to Laucannon. Keeping possession, settling it down now on the ground, but not able to keep it in bounds. Very quick throw in. A little bit of a scramble now, though. And that's going to be a very powerful shot by Grant Cortad, but just a few yards too wide of the goal. Sizemore motioning his defenders up. He's going to send this far. He has no intention of keeping that ball towards his goal. Passes the 50-yard line. Alex Green with a huge header over to Leeline. And he just can't. Oh, that actually deflected at one point off of one of the Earlham players. So Leeline will take the throw in. Green with a chest ball. Lots of flying through the air. That gets sent over to Berzak. Taking it forward now. He moves it to the center. And a shot's going to kind of pinball off of a lot of Quaker defenders. Luckily for them. And Wamsley's going to pick it up. Wamsley puts the ball on the ground. And once again keeps it short with his defenders. Back and forth, waiting for an opportune moment. The tension is building. Back to Wamsley now. Up to Martinelli. Gentner. Moving it forward a little bit. Looking for someone to come to him. Give him a pass or something. The offense for Earlham is not really making too many opportunities that the defense is looking for. But here's one now as it's passed up to Laucannon. As he gets double teamed, he tries to keep possession but is not able to. No call will be made. There's one now. That'll be against Earlham. Sizemore now coming out of the box to make this kick. Calling for left side. Transitioning all of his players over. Meanwhile, Brady Musser stays a bit open. Berzak is able to get a little bit of head on it. Alex Green now fighting for possession. He's going to lose it. That gets sent back over to Binder. And that's going to be a call against the Adrian College Bulldogs. Wamsley now taking this kick. Passes it very short over to Gentner. Berzak was putting up some pressure. Moving back now. Neustadt is up with Berzak, trying to keep some pressure now on these defenders, hoping to force them to make a move, and hopefully a mistaken move. Quakers taking their time. Now sending it up. That's going to go all the way up to Laucannon. Still on sides. He's going to move it forward, and he's going to lose it out of bounds. Sizemore getting ready to take yet another goal kick. He takes it very quickly, keeps it short, passes it over to Musser. Musser boots it. That's going to make it past the line. And that's going to be a great grab from Wamsley. Let's take another look at that. Lots of great pressure from Adrian offense. Alex Green not able to keep possession of the ball. Gets sent back to Earlham defense. Big header off of the Adrian defense. Treadway now trying to fight for possession. Shot taken on goal, and that's going to be grabbed up by Sizemore. He goes to quickly get away of it, but he wants his teammates to get further up now. He puts it down on the ground. Moriel going up to pressure as Sizemore sends it forward. And that's going to be an accidental handball off of Alex Green. Very unfortunate. Could have been a great push there towards the goal. Just under 15 minutes now left in this first half. Gentner passes it up. With intent towards Moriel. Laucannon now taking the ball once more. Bounces off of Binder. Smith now sends it to the center, over to Moriel. And the Adrian defense tries to send it forward. Moriel passes it a little to the side to Cortad. Cortad now running for the ball. Able to slow it down, ricochets off of him. And that gets over to Martinelli. Martinelli thankfully gets it over to Gentner. And what would have seemed like a possible out of bounds off of Binder, that's going to go out of bounds off of an Earlham player instead. Binder sends it up the line. That's going to be onside. Going to be, pardon me, difficult name to pronounce. Actually, I was looking at the wrong list again. That was Kyle Wilcox that made the movement forward. He got it taken away from him. Over to Martinelli now. Martinelli now receiving the ball. Usual pass over to Gentner. Gentner sends it up to Laucannon. Bulldogs now take it. Binder passing it over to Miller. They lose it. Wachkowski sends it over to Musser. Musser to Leeline. Leeline now gives it off. Back over to Wachkowski. He passes it up to Berzak. Moving it now towards the middle of the field. Passes it back to Musser, completely open. Musser moving forward now, getting into pressure. He sends it forward to Alex Green. Alex Green stays on sides, keeping it in bounds. Passes it back to Leeline. Leeline centers it. Berzak with an attempt to get it in. Another attempt from Miller. Just bombarding the Quaker defense. Leeline with a header keeps it somewhat in the danger zone. Moriel now with the ball. Sends it towards the middle. Tries to get it over but can't. Green now with the ball, moving it forward. Swing and a miss. But he's going to get taken down. Have another look at that. As Green tries to move it forward. He's going to get taken from behind. I'm not sure, not quite able to tell who it's going to be against. Waiting to come in now for the Bulldogs is number 8, Storm Powers. And also waiting to come in for the Quakers is number 2, Oliver Stratton Treadway. As well as Nick Wilson. That penalty kick was deflected off the wall. Green with a hard shot, not quite able to make the contact he wanted. Berzak sends it forward once more. Centered, but yet not able to get that contact once again. Musser now gains control of it, steadies it, looks for options. He sees Leeline wide open. Leeline now passes it up to Green. Green can't keep it at his feet. But Luke Gritza makes an attempt. Green now regains possession. And that's going to be offside off of Cooper Neustadt. Neustadt would have had a great opportunity there for a forward push. Was just barely out offsides though. Very quick kick off to Gentner. Once again looking for an opportunity. Waiting for the Earlham offense to give some sort of opening. Not seeing it, so they pass it back to Wamsley. Pardon me. Paul gives it to Gentner. Gentner is going to eventually get it over to Wamsley. With pressure from Berzak, Gentner has no choice but to send it forward. Moriel now moving forward with it. Centers it, but Musser's going to get it out of the center. Binder just missed the header, and that's going to ricochet off of Laucannon to go out of bounds for a Bulldog throw-in. Lots of subs coming in now. 26, 22, and 2 now coming in for Earlham. And like I had said earlier, number 8, Storm Powers coming in for Binder. Powers will now take the throw-in. Sends it down the line. He's going to send that straight to Smith, though. That's going to go outside. Pardon me, no, that's not an outside. That wasn't kicked outside. That was another penalty against Adrian. Getting close to the 5-minute mark now. This kick will take place on the 22-yard line in Adrian's territory. Martinelli is going to take the kick. Going to be a beautiful header off of Gritza. Another one off of Musser. Powers tries to get it out, but can't quite. That's going to be kicked away by Miller. Adrian calling for a handball, but it's not going to be given. Berzak loses possession. It's going to get sent back to Earlham defense. Slowly moving forward now, passing it back and forth. Back to Martinelli. He looks for an opportunity down the left side. Sends it in the middle instead. With intent towards number 2 for Earlham. It's going to be kicked away by Sizemore. Gentner again with the ball. Looking for an opportunity, trying to send it forward. He's going to instead send it a little bit back to Martinelli. Berzak pressuring. Over to Moriel. That's back up to Miller. And now taking possession is Neustadt. And that'll be kicked out of bounds by Thomas Smith. Power is now going to take the throw-in for the Bulldogs. And it does seem like we have a downed player for Earlham. Not sure who to identify for this one. But in the meantime, we're going to take... Oh, he might be able to get up off the ground. He's going to be getting off the ground now. That'll be Gentner that was taken down. He'll be staying on. Nope, they are gonna take Gentner off of the field. with some of the Earlham staff taking attention to him off on the sidelines. We hope he's well. Seems to be moving around good enough. Throw in goes forward towards Berzak. Sent out of bounds for a goal kick for Adrian. Sent off quickly to Powers. Powers centers it, and that's going to be a header right into the goal. What a beautiful combo there. Let's take another look at that. So, immediately given off to Powers. Powers sends it up. And just a beautiful header. I'm not sure, not able to identify the scorer yet. We'll be told in just a moment.
Adrian College goal, scored by number 16, Brett Wojciechowski.
That was scored by number 16,
Number 22,
Brett
Nick
Wojciechowski.
Miller.
The Quakers with a very quick start off after the kickoff. Trying to get momentum back as soon as they can, but not able to quite yet. Bulldogs now claim the lead with just under 4 minutes left in this first half. Throw in taken by Powers. A little bit of back and forth in the air now. Gritza keeping pressure. That will not be called as a penalty. That'll just be a throw-in. That'll be awarded to Martinelli for Earlham. Musser getting taken to the ground after a header. And that's going to be a throw-in for Earlham. Quickly sent off. Leline able to take possession away from Earlham. Pardon me, that was not Leline. Leline actually just booted that towards the goal. And let's get another replay of that call. Leline sends it forward. And with quick pressure from the Quaker defense, that's just going to come off the shoulder of one of the Adrian strikers. And quickly sent out of bounds once again for Earlham throw-in. Wamsley now not able to pick up the ball. Lots of quick pressure there from Grasso. Very, very close call for Earlham. Another throw-in for the Bulldogs. And that'll be quickly over to a goal kick for Wamsley to take. Gets it over. Now to number 27, Scott Hoffman. Hoffman passes it over to Martinelli. And that goes straight out of bounds, almost into the visitors' stands. Getting sent back now towards Adrian's goal. Wachkowski tries to send it away, but it gets sent back. Wachkowski and Powers keeping pressure. Treadway sends it towards the center, but that's going to get deflected out of bounds. That'll be a goal kick for Sizemore. Just about 30 seconds left in this first half. Sizemore not in much of a hurry to get this goal kick taken. Motioning for his players to move even more forward. He just wants to keep it away from his goal for the remaining time.
10, 9,
with just a few seconds now.
7,
Earlham
6, 5,
passing
4,
back and forth, trying to get somewhat of a forward march.
1.
And that gets booted at the very last second. And thus ends the first half of today's matchup. So far, Adrian College with the lead, 1-0 over the Earlham Quakers. Lots of big differences between these two teams. Immediately noticing is the difference between the pace of both defense and keepers on both teams. Earlham taking a much more slower approach towards this game, while Adrian is taking a much faster and aggressive approach towards the matchup. But we will have to see who comes out up on top. We will be back in just a little bit, folks. You make sure to stay tuned. Don't go anywhere.
There's so many firsts, lasts, and in-betweens. We're certainly not the last class to get a smile and a kiss from Bruiser walking across campus. We are never going to be the last class to begin our college careers by serving our local community and pursuing our passions. Above all else, come hell or high water, we will never be the last class to come to Adrian College and find a motivated and supportive community of students, faculty, and staff, and leave with the skills and tools needed to be inspiring industry leaders and professionals with high hopes and dreams for our bright futures ahead. The people and the experiences that we are most grateful for are the ones that will continue us on this upward path for the rest of our lives. In the spirit of gratitude, thank you to my fellow classmates for being a part of this community with me. Whether we spent most of these moments together or barely crossed paths, you contributed your gifts and talents to continue the legacy of this incredible community. Thank you for prioritizing the preservation of the Adrian College experience and for continually seeking to develop the institution's ability to develop both the knowledge in our heads and the care in our hearts.
Thank you to the roommates, friends, teammates, and peers who, although we have only known each other for 4 years, it seems impossible to think about being surrounded by anyone else in the coming weeks. We celebrated each other's accomplishments, became each other's biggest cheerleaders, and never let each other struggle alone. College has been called the most formative years of our lives, but I can say for certain that these last 4 years have included both the most amazing and most difficult moments of my life. One constant, however, is the support of my friends through it all. It is impossible to thank everyone who makes up our AC family. Together, you have each played an integral role in helping us achieve this momentous milestone.
And you be proud to be a graduate of Adrian College. It's a good day to be a Bulldog. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2023.
today's students on the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time when you will always look back at and say, you know what? Those were incredibly special years. Never experienced before I arrived and never replicated after you leave college.
you got to call a foul?